Hello everybody and welcome to tonight's stream. How's everybody doing tonight? Hopefully everybody's having a good night as we get ready to kind of sit and talk about just painting some ships and getting some projects done and kind of getting ready to start a big project here in July as we approach the beginning of past mid-year, but we're approaching that time that we got to get ready for Halloween. That's coming up. And I'll be honest, I'm looking forward to it. So we will have more discussion on that project come July, the first week in July, which is July 4th. We're going to talk about the next steps in our glorious project. Who knows? Maybe we'll do it on July 2nd. Maybe we'll start getting to move that direction. But we do have a lot going on, a lot of cool stuff coming up, which means to get ready for that cool stuff, we got to start moving to, we got to get two projects wrapped up that I'm working on. So we're working to wrap those up, get those moving forward. And one we started last week with the Imperial Criuser, and I am now ready to start progressing with paint on this Federation long car class. That we're going to be titling, I believe, the Berlin is what has been requested. I've got decals around here for it somewhere that are the appropriate size. I'll find them later because we're not going to be decaling tonight. Because what we got to do is we got to get this girl, this beautiful little thing, into color, her proper color. We've got her base color, but we've got to get some other base colors on it. We got some detail to put on here, some darker grays that need to go in place, and then we get to build a base that will sit there, and I have to figure out how to make this wiry deflector dish that stands out underneath this ship, which honestly I'm thinking about using a piece of wire and a thumbtack to achieve this task, but that's another content stream. But this little model, she's fantastically done, clean, printed with the Sonic Mighty 8K is the printer that we use to print it, and all in all, really great looking little model. But like I said, TOS era, she's needing a little bit of color, and we're going to do that tonight. And of course, we're going to continue working on our floating cathedral in space and start giving it closer to its final color set. So I definitely want to do some tinging, some panel line work to show that the ship's just been in space. I want to, especially on some of these guns, kind of wear the cannon a little bit, I guess, with some color, some purples, and some pinks to kind of wear it out. I probably will use some turbo dork, especially on these smaller ones, to really kind of give that effect. That this has been a ship that's been in war, combat, and has worked for millennia in space. So you guys can see I haven't even started on the one side. I've been painting this side with you guys, and then I will probably off camera on my own time come back and get this side caught up. So lots to do, lots to paint, but we're going to start with this long car class and get her moving in the right direction because I need to get it done. So that's not the right one. There's the view we want. Nice, close, and pretty so you guys can see. She's sanded down, she's smooth, she's clean, she's primed, and she's in a base coat of Tamiya. I think this is AS12 or 11. It's a sea light gray, which is about as close to hull gray as I could get with what I have on inventory here. So what all do we need tonight? We need the wet palette, for one, because we're going to start with some bold Pyrean red from Monument Hobby to start on the ends of the nacelles. Then we're going to probably go to some dark neutral gray for some more of the nacelle detail. Thank you for the like, whoever threw that out there, guys. That is always appreciated. And welcome. So, of course, the wet palette, the most important tool that is getting dried out in my arsenal. So we will squirt some distilled water in there and get this edge of the mat wet for our work today. And yes, you heard me. I do use distilled water. I don't use just tap water for my paints. Simple reasoning for that is distilled water is a bit cleaner. There's no chlorine. Hey, Steven, how's it going? So it just pairs better with the paint. I need to check, see if I've used this red yet. I don't believe I have, and I have not. So I'm going to shake it real good, and we're going to get this open. So hopefully everybody's having a really good week as we get closer to the American 4th of July weekend, which is 2 weeks away. Next week, there will be no stream. I will be away again. I'm traveling next week, so lots of craziness running around. Still catching up on stuff from attending Wonderfest last 2 weeks, a week and a half ago. It's been just mayhem. So I am looking forward to going on vacation and getting a good break. And actually, I'm not even gonna put this on right now. I am just gonna use straight from the bottle and thin it in my wet palette, because luckily that lid just has a bunch of paint on it. We're gonna use that. And we're gonna go right after. I have not started on the expand ship, so she is on the work list. I think I have one printed, but I don't have it ready to work on. Let's put it that way. Because I got off on the Cathedral ship, this one, and just kind of started working some other commissions that have been kind of sitting in my queue. But come the first week of July, we got a big project to talk about, because we got to start working on the Halloween armor. If we're going to have it done, that's got to start fairly quickly. Now, I know I've talked about it a little bit. It will be a Mandalorian style armor. But I'm not going to go for like a direct Mando. I'm going to go for, this is my armor. So there's going to definitely be some work on it. Both in just slicing files, but also some design stuff we're going to probably work on. So definitely more stuff to come. But also just kind of getting this first coat of red on these nacelles before I try to do the nacelle swirl of these TOS ships. Yep, JJ, you haven't missed her yet. I've got her, but I just haven't painted it yet. So, matter of fact, I will try to have that in primer before we come back in 2 weeks. Pretty sure I still have one out there that I didn't get rid of it. So the base coat of this is Tamiya, and then I'm coming in with the Monument Hobbies Pro Acryl. We're using the bold Pyro Red right now. I'm liking the color a lot for these nacelles. Gives it a really nice pop, a really nice look. Because just that little bit of red just changes the whole look of it, right? Gives you a different feel, and that's the fun of it. But I will tell you right now, I am ready for vacation. Ready to kind of just kick back, build some model kits that have been stacking up in my workroom that I've been wanting to build, including I started just kind of piddling with one of the Enterprise Ds. Software that I use, JJ, I prefer Fusion 360 and ZBrush myself. Are what I call my big boy software. If I'm doing something silly and small and quick and easy, I may use Tinkercad. It's a good software as well to do stuff. This kind of depends on what I'm actually doing. ZBrush and Fusion, while they're expensive, there's a huge tool set. I love the plugins for ZBrush. It gives me a lot of room to work. I'm going to start working with dark neutral gray for like the back of the cells, these special interest points, and start kind of bringing more color to the model. I'm probably going to go through this upper layer here with the dark neutral gray as well. Love opening new paint bottles. Sounds like a storm's coming in for me. So this may wind up being a short stream. I hope not, but because I'm itching to get this work done on some of these ships and get back to our floating cathedral over there. I'll admit I worked on it off stream a little bit. You guys can see I've kind of gone further back with the gold highlights onto the guns, just to kind of keep some progress flowing with it. But you know, I get antsy sometimes and I got to work on stuff. The nice thing about Monument Hobby too is the paint dries relatively quick. I know with this one I'm not doing as much airbrushing, just because of how small it is a lot of the reason why I'm not airbrushing. This neutral gray is good for what I'm working on right now, but I'm noticing it's a lot darker than what I wanted. So I probably won't work this up on the saucer. We'll do another color up on the saucer. I'm going to go ahead and do all this all this piece. I'm going to come back in the ball section here. I will change that to a silver probably. To offset from this dark neutral silver. Yeah, mainly what we're going to be designing probably with the armor is like emblems. Probably start with a basic Mandalorian helmet and probably put flourishes. I was almost thinking of some Warhammer flourishes, but I'm not sold on that idea just yet. As I'm trying to make it my armor, so I've kind of got to think it through a bit more. And you know, we're gonna sit and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna have a live stream, just nice chat about one, kind of help you guys sit here, you watch me every week, you've gotten to know me, and just kind of one of those things, your guys' input is going to be key to this project. So we're going to definitely talk, work through, and try to incorporate your guys' idea while also keeping my personality in it. But it is one thing I am stoked to be putting some paint on this model. It has been too long. Yeah, I think it's going to be a fun project. I'm going to try to be a lot more interactive with you guys on it. I'm going to try something new, especially through August. There's going to be kind of some new stuff going on. I've got some ideas, but I got to get through July before I can really kind of try it out. Because I want to get more interactive with you guys. More interactive in the community, more active on the channel is kind of a big desire of mine. I feel like I've been very absent lately, which has not overly sat well with me. Hey, Mr. Bamboo Taco, how's it going? So, some new ideas, some new armor. I think it's going to be a lot of fun as we kind of keep working on these projects. And I'll be honest, I'm ready to start something new. I'm ready to start a new big build. And I think the armor build is gonna drive me nuts a little, but I think it's what I need. Because I haven't done a set of armor in 2 years, so that's kind of weighed on my head a little bit too. So I didn't do an armor build last year because I moved. And let's just be honest, packing up and moving halfway across the country kind of gets your attention and steals your focus. But that is all now behind us. I am moved, I am settled, I almost have my shop and my garage the way I want it. Which means it's now getting down to worky work time. And that is a good thing. But just simple base. Right now, I'm just working on simple base colors, trying to give this ship definitely some pop, and just kind of laying down her basics. Is kind of my goal right now. I just thought about it, and the hair dryer that I would use to dry the paint is in my daughter's room because she has appropriated the hair dryer that I use for this. So I can't force that. But you guys can see just from a few minutes work and 2 colors, definitely changes the feel of this ship. All right, it's starting to make it already feel like a ship. I'm going to take this little back section here and take it to the darker gray. Maybe this section here as well. But for the stand for this, I'm going to try my laser engraver. I haven't really used it yet. I'm looking kind of forward to the idea of using it. So that's kind of next. If you guys are interested in seeing me use those, definitely let me know. That way we can make sure we're making content on that too. So does anybody have anything interesting going on in the world? Got cool prints running or anything like that going on? If you do, let's throw them in the chat. Let's talk about them. Or weird printer problems. I'm always down for a printer problem. Always down for a printer problem. I had a weird one. My Sonic Mighty 8K stopped moving. It was really weird, really bizarre. I'd never seen this happen to one of these printers. And what I found was the Z-Rod mount had come unbolted somehow. I rebolted it. I need to re-level it tonight or tomorrow morning. Kind of just depends on if I go back up to my print shop tonight. I need to re-level it and give it a test print. But it was really weird. The printer... It was really weird how the printer was behaving. Ender 3S1 Pro, good printer. FDM, good way to go. As you guys know, this is a resin print, but FDM is the heart of my life. It's where I started. Still got a lot of FDM printers in the shop, so welcome to the printing family, Mr. Bamboo. The best advice I can give is patience. Patience is a wonder in this field and in this hobby. So I definitely congratulate you on joining us, and I do wish you easy printing, which, as some of us in the chat here can tell you, we've run into hard printing. So hopefully it is smooth and quick setup and quick prints for you. I probably should have done this ring first, but I don't know why I did it this way, but I can always fix the red. So oh, Red Hood, nice. You're getting ready to do the hard stuff. Was that, I'm assuming those are all FDM? And welcome to the stream, Justin. Yeah, I'd intended to do maintenance this week, but some requests have come in and stuff like that, so my printers are hot and heavy on the trail right now with some prints. I'm getting some of my company specific models done. DO 3D files, nice. We just released our Angelique figurine on Rise 3D Printing Shop a couple days ago. Been a really popular figure. Really happy to see that, as we had that one designed. So lots of cool stuff going on. Thank you for letting us know where you got them too. That's really awesome to share that. I appreciate that. Yeah, because with the Halloween build, we're gonna have to pick guns. We're gonna have to pick a whole bunch of stuff from the universes to kind of figure out what is gonna set my armor apart from everything else out there. So definitely, if you guys have ideas, throw them in the comments. But we are gonna definitely really kind of start talking next week, or not next week. I think it's the July 4th stream. If we do the stream on July 4th, may try to, depending on if I'm home, I may try to eke it in on the 2nd because of the holiday. So, but yeah, a little bit of color goes a long way on one of these. And really, Star Trek ships are not a lot of color. Now, the saucer section is going to be more of a weathered approach because a lot of the TOS ships were more of a weathered hull. Right now, everything looks pristine, looks fantastically beautiful, which is not what we want. This little ship is a workhorse, and we need to make sure it looks like a workhorse in the long run. So we will definitely be doing some weathering to give her kind of a grime look from the front. But I want to get these base colors on, get a little sealer on them before we start messing with weathering. What I think I'm going to do to weather this is I'm actually going to use my weathering pencils with a little bit of water and kind of create a streak look across her saucer. That way, before I put the decals on, she's just kind of got a grimed look. So, because, you know, this is not the pristine top of the Federation line ship. It's not a Constitution class. This is one of the workhorses. I've actually been considering working, see if I can make a Reliant version, a Miranda class version, but with the TOS nacelles. I think that one would be kind of a cool ship to work on, to kind of have some fun. So where's everybody else? Where's everybody from tonight? What's going on in your worlds? What time is it? 9:04. Okay. Got to keep track of the time. But I'm happy just to get down, sit, and paint with you guys. It's always just kind of a lot of fun working on these ships. I got to figure out where the impulse engine is back here, so I can kind of do some detail work to it too. Georgia. Justin, where are you at in Georgia? I'm over in the Savannah area. But yeah, just a little bit of color goes a long way. and there's still so much touch up to do here. Remove the stopper. Why aren't you there? But there's some paint. There we go. Get some more paint out. Mr. Bamboo, you're in Kentucky. I was just there 2 weeks ago up in Kentucky. I was up in Louisville. I was up at the Winterfest show. Beautiful drive. 11 hours. Ah, you're over in central Georgia. New York. So we're kind of all in the east, okay? I appreciate you guys coming to the stream. It makes me feel good when people are here, when we're all talking. Huntsville, Texas. Oh, yeah. Gotta have Texas. Many of you know that have been coming to the stream. I'm a Missouri boy, really. But now we're in Georgia. And I'm liking it so far. All right, those warp nacelles are starting to look sweet. What I'm thinking about doing is also making some of the squares here and painting in the dark gray and up the warp struts like we see on the Constitution class on the inside. Clear resin, Steven, I've got 4 bottles upstairs, and what I've decided to do with that clear resin, and it's Frozen's clear resin, is I have decided to try. Basically, honestly, I'm waiting for the new Frozen Mini. I think it's a Frozen Mini 8K S Plus to come out. It's pre-ordered. I'm supposed to be getting one, but basically, what I wanted to do is that printer start from scratch with clear. So instead of having to take my bay apart, clean the FET, probably put a new FET, put all that to prevent corruption from another resin, I want to start with clear just straight out the gate. That printer, it does clear. That's it. So that's kind of my goal when that printer arrives, because we've got 3 resin printers en route somewhere right now. Because we got the new Anycubic M5 12K. We've got the Frozen Mini S Plus somewhere, and the Galaxy One 17-inch 6K printer is supposed to be shipping at some point. I planned on using the little printer to do clear. I have all the specs to use this resin. I just haven't gotten to use it yet. Let me rephrase, have not. It's more of I have chosen not to use it yet till that new machine has arrived. So, Mr. Bamboo, yeah, Wonderfest was off the chain. I hope you get to go next year, because it was definitely a fantastic show. I had a lot of fun and met a lot of awesome people, and got to show off some new models that are coming into the Rise 3D printing store, rise3dprintshop.com. We've got the new Angelique figure that just went out from Dark Shadows. We've got the Planet of the Apes based on the 1970 Aurora box art. Those are out. We'll have a Cornelius bust going out July 1st, I believe. So that's getting ready to come up to the site. We just got a few other models getting ready to come down. They're just going to be awesome to paint. And of course, keep an eye on my Instagram. There's always new posts over there each day. because this is one YouTube channel. We've got the other one that's growing. It's got 91 subscribers now, where that one is strictly me working on model kits. And actually, you guys can see I'm starting to work on the base for the Gundam diorama. I did not win the award. So the print was mine, but Joe Hudson was the painter, and he won the award on that one. So that was his paint job on top of one of Rise 3D Printing's models. But Joe also works with me. We're partners in regard to model creation. So that one was his suggestion that we had created strictly for the company. And that's why we do sell that figure on the print shop. The Lone Ranger figure is available for sale. We don't sell the STLs. We only sell the prints. But Lone Ranger, that was Joe's paint job on top of a print I did. So that was his gold medal. Joe is just an awesome guy when it comes to printing organics. Wow, is all I can say. He does a fantastic job painting organic stuff. And actually, guys, I'm looking at the time. I'm not going to be able to go too much longer, so I'm not going to touch the Cathedral ship. This one needs to kind of set and let the base color set up before I start going further and before I start masking anything off. But you guys can see just a quick little bit of freehand, about 45 minutes or so that we've been able to work, has already changed the way the ship looks. So, but yeah, definitely go check out Highlander 242. I think it's Highlander 242. His Instagram, because he did the paint job on Lone Ranger. So we worked on the model and he made it come to life. And trying to make sure I've got the right profile. Highlander 242 over on Instagram. Go give him a follow. Because and I know he's talking about the new Angelique post. He's also painted the Gamora that we offer on the shop. And the Lone Ranger, he did the bust and the figure. And just does a beautiful job when he paints. So all kudos to him on that. That was his win. I just printed it, basically. But we worked with him to design it and get that bust and that figure made. So definitely one of those things. I'm the brains when it comes to getting it printed and getting it made. He is the brains on organic. I do mainly mechanical painting. So, and actually, it's kind of one of those things to keep in mind. Joe and I, you may see Joe coming on the channel more here soon. This is kind of one of the things we're working on, is get more collaboration going on, like in these live streams, video collaboration where he shows some of his painting techniques. Like me, these are just base colors right now. I've got to thin them down. The ship's got to get some wear and tear on it. And there's a few spots that got to get cleaned up, but we're going to get it there. So definitely kind of one of those things. It's definitely kind of one of those fun things going on. But other than that, I do have to say, guys, I've kind of run out of time tonight. I'm going to have to let everybody go. I appreciate everybody showing up. Again, there will be no live stream next week as I am away on vacation. So we will hit this back right at the beginning of July. And if I don't see any of you before the 4th of July, have a happy 4th of July if you're in the United States, and a good Independence Day. And for me, it's going to be closing up shop and going and working on some 3D prints up in the print shop. I'll keep you guys apprised of any new printers as they come in, because a lot of times we open them here on stream. So always fun to do that. And again, thank you guys. I appreciate you, everybody that comes out. Make sure you hit that thumbs button. And if you're staying here this long, let's throw it in the chat, Lone Ranger. So that's the word for today. If you've made it this far and enjoyed it, throw that in the comments down below. And as always, consider becoming a member of the channel. That lets you into our Discord and a few other perks that come around. So, all right, guys, I appreciate you, and we will see you in the next stream.